Day 103. Oh my gosh, I've never actually counted days on trail before. 103 sounds like an awful lot. And we're still in Wyoming. Oh, it was so far to go. Anyway, I slept really well last night. We had a huge dinner last night. I was so full. And, having to do all this bear stuff, hang the food over there, put the pot over there. Oh my goodness. But at least this morning, since we didn't have a picnic bench, we had, brought everything back to the tent, and I find it actually easier to pack up that way. I'm used to having all my stuff right around me in the tent and just pack it up while I'm in my sleeping bag still, which is nice because it's chilly. We're further down in elevation, so that's nice. Anyway, today we're going to go across the Buffalo Fork about first thing. It's in a couple of miles. Sounds like it's a wet crossing, but the sun's starting to come up. We're about ready to go. And there's a apparently gratuitous climb on the trail up to some pass back over 10,000 feet and then pretty much straight back down again. And then after that, like the grade for the rest of Wyoming, which is less than 100 miles to go, yay, is like under 200 feet per mile. But that particular section is like almost over 400 feet per mile again. So that sounds like slow going. If we do it, it'll be near the end of the day. So I found a route that's just a tiny bit longer, I think, but circumvents all of that and keeps us at the lower elevations with less climbing. So since time is of the essence and we're in a hurry at this point, which sucks, like, getting to the best part of the trail and then having to rush. But it is what it is, so we're going to take a lower route around that high pass because it's not like it's a peak or anything, and we're not going to have service once we get up there. There's probably no service again until we get into Yellowstone. So take the lower route around. There's some lakes, there's some rivers. Should be nice. At any rate, trying to get to just south of the southern border of Yosemite today. And tomorrow we'll be in the park. Woohoo! Let's do this. Still going pretty much straight west this morning. Oh my goodness, that is so much better than going west in the evening when the sun is setting. That was horrible. I had like tracers and flashers because that sounds like right in your eyes. Pretty much probably the main reason I don't like to go southbound is that constant walking into the sun. Also, southbounders tend to have to start later. So you're missing out on like basically the longest days of the year to go hiking, like the longest day of the year, summer solstice, usually around June 21st. And a lot of them don't even start until July. So you've already missed the peak, the longest day, hike naked day. So, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be hard getting this trail finished. I mean, the days are already getting, a lot shorter than they were. In the middle of the season, we missed 3 prime weeks of hiking when we took off for the TEDx talk. And, man, when I did the PCT, I was off, I ended on October 5th, and I was up in the Sierra, though, because I did so much flipping and skipping around on that trail, because of the snow earlier, like freak snow late in the season, and then early snow that winter. I was all over that trail trying to make the miles. I ended up doing, oh my gosh, over 2,700 miles on the PCT when I hiked it in 15. But all that flipping and skipping was so expensive. The logistics are a nightmare. They're even worse on this trail, which is a good part of the reason why we didn't do that this year. Also, there's something kind of, very anticlimactic, I think, about ending your trail in the middle of somewhere. Like, who wants to end their hike in encampment or in Lander? And there's nothing wrong with them as places, but there's no monument there. It's not the place to end. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with this, but I am definitely happy to be walking away from the sun and not toward it, which today I think we're going to be mostly lucky with that. Once we're done going west here to get over to the river, we're pretty much north, barely northwest, like north-northwest for the rest of the day. So that'll be nice. And then tomorrow morning, we'll be going west again. That works out perfectly. So today should be a nice day. Mostly easy grade. If the alternate route around that high pass I found works out, the climbing shouldn't be that much more than the rest of the hiking. So we should be able to get ourselves a good bit of ways up the trail. We start at like 7:30 this morning, so a little bit earlier than yesterday. But I don't know, as long as it's super cold in the morning, it is definitely hard to get motivated to get up and out, which is unfortunate. And since we're in bear country now, we can't really hike until just near dark because we have to do all the cooking, cleaning, putting things away, ideally before dark. Oh, our hiking time is a little bit more shorter than it was before we got to Grizz country. We'll see how it goes. We're getting back into live forest again, yay. Oh, shoot, I gotta check and see which way to go. Well, there was a downed sign at that trail junction. That trail junction is not marked on Good Hook, but apparently that way is the Outfitter Trail, and this way is the South Fork Trail, which is the one I think we're supposed to be on. Seems like we're headed in the right direction according to Gut Hook. And Nightcrawler said he saw some bear prints heading towards the Outfitter. Well, there's a lot more horse shit on that trail. A lot more horses. Maybe there will be less horse shit on this trail. That'd be nice. Finally back in some living forest. Yay. Oh my goodness. So we're like less than a mile from Buffalo Fork, where we're probably gonna get wet. And since it's a north-south river, there's probably not gonna be any sun in that canyon yet. Woohoo! Cold, wet crossing. That'll invigorate you more than second coffee. And here we are at Buffalo Fork, north-south, I don't remember which, but yep. You can get a little moist. Yay. Maybe at least go up there where it's not quite as wide. This is like literally the widest part of this fork is where the crossing is. No! Yesterday it wasn't so bad until like 3/4 of the way through. Also at the widest part of the crossing. And then we realized, oh yeah, it's really fucking cold in here. I would like to get out of this water like post-haste. Oh, maybe walk up or down and see if there's a skinnier place to cross this. I've determined it's gonna be a wet crossing, but have also opted to not get the shoes and socks wet already. And I don't know if there's any other major crossings today. I don't think so. So, might as well not get everything completely soaked, but it's gonna be cold. And the sun is barely hitting over on the other side, not really. Anyway, we'll cross this and go sit on the other side, let our feet dry, and carry on. That was painful. Oh my God. Holy shit. Feet frozen. Alright, there's still a sun down there. You want to go? Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a big puppy print. Yeah, I've seen those. Look at that. Giant. Those and some beer again. We out here. This is like choose your own adventure though. It's like a track down here, multi-lane trail. You got your slow lane, your fast lane, your opportunities to pass people. That's funny. I imagine they probably have like large horse groups out here, and so they can walk side by side in the meadow. There's up here a 7-lane highway. You just choose the way you want to go. Crazy. Pretty views of the mountains. Ooh, and the river as we go down. Our alternate we're gonna take is coming up pretty soon, and we're gonna be cutting to the left. Actually, I wonder if this is it. This could be. Better stop and check the map because I do not care to go downhill and have to come back up again. We're on the Divide Lake Trail, which, oof, a little rough, not too bad. Definitely not as much used as the other trail we were on, the Yellowstone Trail, and the CDT. This one has climbing too, but not as much. And we'll be doing the bulk of it now, early, whereas if we had stayed on the other trail, on the main trail, we would have been doing the main climb near the end of the day to over 10,000 feet. So, even though this way is just a little longer, it seems like it'll be a little faster because there's less overall gain. Plenty of blowdowns though. Whew. I think it's gonna be hot again today, so might as well do whatever climbing has to be done. Quick, early. Unfortunately, the markings or trail directions for this trail aren't nearly as clear as on the other trail, but we got water. Nice views. We're hiding in the bushes. Got some more water. Second coffee time. And also, we're about to have our last smoke. We're going to be non-smokers after this. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking about this forever. And yeah, basically, I recently started developing like smoker's cough in the middle of the night. That's some bullshit. I didn't want any part of that. It's not medicine anymore then, right? When it makes you feel worse after. So we're going to sit here, have second coffee, think about our life choices. Enjoy a little bit of the shade while it lasts. And then find our way to, we're actually going past Divide Lake. We're not actually going to it. There's a little side spur that goes to it. We're going to Enos Lake. So we'll figure it out. I got maps. Well, the last smoke has been had. Second coffee, I had cold coffee. So much easier. And eating snacks. He had first breakfast, but I'm going to make big oatmeal for lunch instead of tuna because I really need to get my breakfast bag down to reasonable size, so hopefully I can fit all my food in the bear bag tonight. Although with the big bag of pretzels I'm packing, it's still probably going to be pretty impossible. Now we're losing our shade, and we got to find this trail, so it'll be time to move on here in a minute. So much of Wyoming is falling into and climbing or clawing your way back out of holes. This is no different, but we're getting it done earlier and staying at a lower elevation than on the main route. This is actually not too bad. The climbing, this trail isn't used that much until it's been a while since anybody was here. But it's great for horses. There's definitely plenty of Old horse poop on the trail. It's been climbing in stages with little bits of breaks in between. We're almost done with it now, which is nice. Oh, the breeze feels awesome. It's mostly been exposed and it's hot already. It's still early, but there's the end of it, I think. Finally, lots of fall summits. Gorgeous views up here. Oof. Beautiful. The Tetons in the background, looking all pokey and still snowy and glaciary. Ooh my. I'm glad we don't have to climb those. Oh my goodness. Those look gnarlier than the winds. Basically this route, like the CDT goes north, then cuts west again. This does basically, it completes the square. It goes west and then cuts north again, but stays lower. It's a little more boxy, the route, than the official CDT. I mean, this is super cruiser terrain. Now that we've made it to the top of that hill, and hopefully the miles will be a little quicker, even though there's going to be a little bit more of them. But so far, not too bad. I mean, that climb was definitely steep and abrupt. The other one is too, though, and it goes way higher. So, I'm good with this. Views are awesome. Oh, wow. He's trying to get service. He's jonesing for his video game. Somehow we missed a turn. I didn't see any junction anywhere, unfortunately. But we were actually going away from the direction that we need to go. So hopefully there's another trail that parallels the one that we got off onto in the wrong direction, that parallels back up to the trail we do want to be on. So hopefully it's around here somewhere. And I'm kind of wishing I had left some leggings on because, ugh. And, you know, a little sneaky. Everything's all dry. These things with their little heads, all their petals fell off. So it's just their little heads left behind. Alright, it's gotta be around here somewhere. Damn it. Well, so much for saving time by taking this alternate lower route. The trail we were on, we got off track thinking that we missed a junction or that we just continued on a path and like stopped going the way we were supposed to go. Happened because this trail doesn't fucking exist anymore for all intents and purposes. So that's bad news because we're supposed to be on this one for a little while. At any rate, I guess that all this area was burned. We're basically bushwhacking now, cross country, in the wilderness. What a fucking pain in the ass. Thanks, Gaia. I wish that your maps were a little more up to date. Well, we'll see where we get. At least I have the track that we're supposed to be following on the phone, so try and follow it as closely as possible and get back to an actual trail that still exists. The trail we were supposed to be on up there no longer exists. Oh my god, look at, I am so full of fucking stickers. So we pushed our way, whacking our way down to this valley because the trail we were supposed to be on crosses this creek, but substantially north of here. But at least down here, there is a horse trail, so there's something to follow. No more bushwhacking, hopefully, for a little while anyway. And stop soon and go through another round of pulling all the stickers out of my shit. Hey, adventure. Good times. This is what we get. This is what we get. But you know, I'm super irritated because both those trails, that trail was on both Guthook and Gaia. So theoretically, it should have existed. Well, it didn't. So here we are. Here we have the before, after. Actually, I guess this is before, and then this is after the bushwhacking.
And then after I cleaned.
And then after again. Yeah. So before, after, now. This horse trail or actual trail we found that isn't on Gaia is kind of on Guthook if you zoom out enough. It looks like we're on a trail, but hey, look, it's got a bridge. So we sat here. There's shade here, actually. Sat here, picked all the damn stickers out of ourselves. And then I accidentally gave Nightcrawler a little bit of a booger shower. Snot rocket shower. Who knew it was like sprinklers? Oh my goodness. I was trying to not take another Claritin today. My bad, my bad. Yep, definitely try to be downwind to people when you blow your snot rockets around. So tacky. I think we're in the area now that was burned in 1988. And oh my goodness, that must also have been a very hot fire because this landscape's pretty barren. Still tons of standing dead on the hills. We're still in the Teton Wilderness, so, you know, basically, for the most part, just have to let things be after a fire. Except for like in the trail areas where they'll come out and cut. Or, in the case of the trail we were looking for, they'll just let them go entirely. Unless we did somehow miss something. But I don't think we did. So, yeah, what we're looking at out here is a lot of very open, very exposed walking. Oop, and bear poop. Because everything burned down and hasn't come back. And some trees have either lived through it or they come back. And 1988 was kind of a long time ago. But there's still not a whole lot going on out here. Definitely some open stuff. Whew, this is a big relief to see. We've been on this sort of off the regular trail adventure for a while, and a bunch of the water crossings, or a bunch of the places that the map said there would be water, there wasn't. Holy crap. So luckily we found this one because we're both running low. So we're gonna find some shade around here in this little nirvana and have some lunch. Ugh, I'm not feeling oatmeal now after all. It's too hot to cook. Definitely gonna be tuna. Gonna be tuna. Got a nice lunch stop at that little creek in the hole we just climbed out of. Now we're trying to locate Enos Lake Trail. It's pretty wide open out here. Shouldn't be that hard, but it depends on whether or not the trail is maintained since this burn, whatever. But it's about 2:15. Oh man. Well, it was a good plan on paper, a good plan in theory, getting these easier miles in as opposed to doing that climb back over 10,000. Doesn't always work out, unfortunately. Lame. But I also decided that I had Oof, I had 2 packs of jalapeno cheddar grits. Ooh, a lot of bugs on that. 2 packs of jalapeno cheddar grits, a little thing of cheese, and some buffalo style chicken for lunch with some pine nuts. I'm full, but I also feel like I'm not gonna do cook lunch anymore. I really just started doing that when I got the grits. It's a pain in the ass and it takes way too long. So I'll be back to just the tuna and tortillas, salami and tortillas, peanut butter and tortillas. Do you sense a theme here? Yeah, lots of tortillas. Oh, try and get things done a little bit faster. Seeing how our hiking time just in the day is shorter than it used to be. Anyway, and I feel like I gotta check the map like every 10-15 minutes to make sure we're headed in the right direction. At least we're going north. That's nice. Feels nice to go north as opposed to west or northwest. You know, like we've done most of this state. Looking forward to hitting another state line. That'll be awesome. And Yellowstone. There's a little tiny pond up here. I was not expecting to see. Enos Lake is on the other side of that little hill. And I'm not sure why they call this the Enos Lake Trail because you can't see it most of the time. Maybe once we get up over this little ridge here. There's like a ton of clouds in the sky. But in general, we are not getting any love. It is hot out here. And as you can see, there's not really any place or any cover. Oh boy. Next time somebody tells me most of an area is burnt, just stick to the regular trail and be done with it. Oh well. Live and learn. Just focus on the living part. Alright, there's Enos Lake. We are on the right track for now. Slowly but surely gaining on it. Definitely not getting as far as I was hoping. Yeah, look, you win some, you lose some. Mostly, I've been successful with these. This is really just the second time. All the detours we've taken didn't work out great, but at least we're not entirely lost, and we're still not actually adding a shit ton of miles like we did on that horrible anti-shortcut going into encampment. That the Gaia maps for Wyoming are definitely not as up to date as one would hope. Ooh, there's all these little birds in the bushes. Hello, birds in the bushes. I was telling Nightcrawler earlier that it would have been fun to walk through here when all these flower heads had their petals on. Yeah, I feel kind of like Alice in Wonderland. His logic was that there would also be mosquitoes. I'd rather have no flowers and no mosquitoes than the other way around. And I guess, I don't know, there's still a couple flowers here and there, but mostly it's like the forest is getting ready for autumn and winter. And the colors that are changing are beautiful like that, you know. But I miss flowers. And also the color changing is just another reminder that our season's getting short. So mistakes like this are more costly, unfortunately. Lake is pretty. Enos Lake is pretty cool looking. And it reminds me of like the Bahamas or something like that. Just like maybe shallow sandbars and white sand. white sand beaches, turquoise water, except it's in the middle of the Teton Wilderness in Wyoming, which I would not expect. It's actually quite pretty down here. I'm gonna have to take a picture. Alright, we got some awesome wildlife in here. Some birds. What a giant swan down there, it looks like. Some Canadian geese. Oop, flying south. Yikes. All kinds of birds out here. Haven't seen any other actual humans all day. So I get the feeling like even though we're on this alternate route and it is, as it turns out, not saving us shit for time, although it is saving us some climbing, who cares? I mean, I kind of like the idea that like we're doing some of these trails that hardly anybody does. We're virtually nobody is seeing this. There's a patrol cabin on the southeast side of Enos Lake. It looked pretty deserted. Or in the wilderness. There was no Forest Service crew there. But I saw some faint boot prints on this track. Nothing else really. But I feel kind of like we have this part of the wilderness to ourselves, which is pretty damn cool, I think, you know. I don't know when the last time there was somebody here. Ouch. Yeah. As evidenced by the incredibly overgrown trail, and something in here is spiky. Damn it. Oh well. That's what you get when you want to basically walk through uncharted waters. Okay, so we made it to the Pacific Creek Trail. Yay! Oh my goodness. This side adventure has been quite something. Oof, there's a lot of this going through on this trail. But hey, no climbing to speak of. Just who knows what's in the bushes. That looks like horses use this one. But again, I don't really see any like fresh tracks on this trail. Oh, we'll be on it for a little while. We're gonna follow this to, I believe, Mink Creek Trail and make our way back to the CDT and Sanity. I have a feeling this is more fun when you're on a horse. Oh well. We're actually like walking along the Snake River, the wild and scenic Snake River, or the part of it. I don't know how much of the Snake River has been designated wild and scenic. I doubt all of it. Almost no entire river gets entirely designated, but according to the map on Guthook, the topo, this segment of the Snake is indeed a wild and scenic river. Nice. That's pretty cool. It's in there somewhere in the bushes. Looks like it's a wiggle river too. And this Pacific Creek Trail is pretty chill. Nice. It's sort of like little rolly, gradual ups and downs. It's open exposed, and because it's later in the day than it should have been by the time I got here, we're still going west. But I think that by the time the sun's down at eye level, we'll be back heading north again, so it won't be quite so obnoxious as it was yesterday. So that's awesome. Other than that, can't see the water anymore, so it's pretty much just walking up the draw or the water basin. Not much to it. Not particularly exciting. It was nice when the river was right there because it just sounded nice, calming and peaceful. Otherwise, Today's been kind of a boring, kind of depressing day just because this forest is so denuded. You know, it looks like up there, they're back into the trees again, so that's nice. That'll be a relief. Because out here it's just pretty empty, this is desolate as the mountains as I've ever seen. If it was flatter, I would call it the desert. Now back on the water. Pretty. Nice. Oh, all that's missing is some wildlife. And the ponds and lakes above Enos Lake, there are a bunch of ducks that were very, very irritated at our presence. And they made sure to let us know with a lot of quacking and squawking as they flew away. Sorry, ducks. Yuck. Yeah, it's a little wetter down here, but who cares? It's a lot cooler too. Feels great. Even with these bushes they remind me of the car wash, the drive-through car wash. I'm definitely pretty exfoliated at this point. Found a snake. It looks like he's digesting something. Look how fat his middle is.
Oh yeah.
And there he's just hanging out. All right. Well, excuse me, snake. Sorry, buddy. Oh, sorry, guy. We found the junction going, starts cutting north towards Mink Creek. Is this the saddest ass sign you've ever seen in your life? Like, ma. Darned. Let's see. Mink Creek Cutoff. Pacific Creek Trail. We're going to do the Mink Creek Cutoff. I think this cutoff actually goes all the way up to back to the Yellowstone Park. But we have to stay on it a couple turns. It is so hot out here. Oh my God. Oh, and I just heard that we have mosquitoes again. Lucky us. What's up? Lame. So we're either out in the open sun roasting or in the shade getting bitten by mosquitoes. Sweet. Look at this crazy ass washboard trail. How does this even happen? It's like, look at it. It's bananas. It looks like, you know, a ridge, or it looks like a regular washboard, but jeebus. These are some pretty tall peaks we got going on here. That's bananas. I don't even know how, like, washboard works or happens on, like, a regular car road. Much less how it happens on the trail. I've never seen this before, Wyoming, on any trail ever, washboarding. What the hell? There's trails spiking off all over the place. Hey. And we got the multi-lane horse freeway here again. Ooh, something smells funky. It's not him. This is Weasel Creek. Very muddy, shitty approach, but Nightcrawler put a log down to at least make it a little bit better. But I don't really have anything to say about Weasel Creek other than I just like the fact that there's a creek called Weasel Creek. Apparently somebody else did too, because there was a sign and the weasel part is missing. Shenanigans. Now we're at Ermine Creek. We just have a whole series of water features named after exotic rodents. Very exciting. Ermines. I don't even know what an ermine looks like. I just heard of ermine collars like that the old royalty used to wear. It feels... I definitely want to put my feet in here, I think, to clean up a little bit. And we're going to pick up water, find a place to camp. We got shells and cheese to eat. Yay! We found a nice dry spot up in the forest a little bit. Actually living forest again. Yay! Not all dead and sad. A little bit up from Mink Creek. We pick up water there. I don't really want to camp right next to the water when, we're in grizzly country. They're going for water, and the trail accesses to the water are the easiest ways to get there. I mean, it's not by any coincidence that there are frequently animal tracks on our trails. They're their trails too. Probably most of the trails we did today are probably more animal trails than people trails. Doesn't look like any actual humans have been on them in a long time. This one we're on now, the Mink Creek Trail, mostly looks like just horseback people do this trail. We haven't really seen any other actual shoe prints, so apparently hikers are an anomaly out here. Dinner was a success. We had Velveeta shells and cheese with buffalo-style chicken packet. I had a packet of Cholula and some pepper. And I cleaned my pot with a half a tortilla. Oh, and we learned that I thought maybe like he had the leftover macaroni water. He was going to go throw it someplace in the woods. And I thought, well, maybe it'll taste, it has calories and it, has all that washed off starch in it. And there was a noodle in there too. Anyway, I put some cocoa in there and it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So now you know. I'm going to probably do that every time now. He tried it. He thought it wasn't too bad either. So, instead of throwing your macaroni water away, just add a couple of spoons of hot cocoa to it. And it tastes pretty good. New trick. Plus, it makes the water do double duty. No water waste. I'd rather have it in me than on the ground. Anyway, there's that. Now I have to figure out what to do with all this food. And then I think it's going to be time for bed. I am so tired. I don't know why my legs were just killing me today. I didn't have the energy that I usually do. I think I sweat a lot. And it was really humid. Oh my God, I have little scratches everywhere. I'm filthy. Hot mess. See you tomorrow.